Hey, this is Guido coming at you with a Watt Corner Tactics Talk. Today we've got a steps battle. I'm in my CDC and it is an encounter mode. And what we're going to talk about on this one is a little bit about the flow for steps on encounter, and then talk about some of the options you have with a fast tank like the CDC. And then lastly, talk about how to get out of bad situations, reposition, and help your team win. So what we've got, we load in here. I'm on the south spawn, and initially you can see that I'm heading over to the west side of the battle area. The way this map goes, there's usually some heavies punching it out on the 1-2 line. I would say in general, most people go to the 8-9-10 line. The meta seems to be shifting that way. And slug it out there, and then turn, at least the smart teams do, put one guy on cap and the rest of them turn and defend from the raised area. And that can be very effective. However, there is a requirement, I think, to at least slow them down on the 1-2 line. Now, if you've got some relatively fast, heavy kind of tanks, you can go to the 1-2 line, overwhelm them, and then move north, and now you've got them enveloped from the north and the south, because you'll generally always have somebody going over towards the cap. So I'm not coming down on either side on that one, but what I will say is from the south spawn, one thing I will do is come over to about the H1 area and look for some early free damage, with the idea in mind, especially in a CDC or a fast tank, that if things are looking bad, I will get out, head back towards cap, help them clean up if they're not cleaned up, and then set up the defensive perimeter. If they don't send anything in the 1-2 line, because I'm a fast tank, we'll push through and then I will envelop. So I have a general plan, and then I have several options that I could take after that. So let's go ahead and start this thing. Driving my CDC, I'll go ahead and show you what I'm looking at. And they've got, what, an OHO, so I imagine the OHO is going to show up here. Probably a couple of those slower TDs, because they're not going to want to trundle all the way down. This is a great rock. This bush right here is one of the few bushes where you can get hidden in a decent space close to where you can take some shots. And so I'm going to sit here, and you've got to be ready to pull back. You've also got to be cognizant of things like that M12. Now I've got gold loading up, so I should not have much trouble with the OHO. I pull back immediately, and you'll notice that I wasn't lit, so I can go ahead and shoot. But I do have to pay attention to if something else shows up. That was a little dangerous staying there for this guy. And I'm going to try to get down into his lower plate, but it doesn't work. Okay, now look, we've got 4-5 now. So I'm starting to think perhaps it's about time to get out of here, because we've only invested 4 tanks, and one has just died. Okay, a couple more shots. Are they looking like they want to push? Let's see what's going on here. Working this. Oh, okay. There you go. So the super's here, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to have a really hard time trading with that guy. It's time to get out of here. And there goes one of my last friends. The 8.8 actually spins and gets a shot on me right here, of course. Why not? And off I go. Now, if you look over what's happening on the east side, we've had a pretty easy time of it. Most of our tanks have gone that way. The 8.8s, all 3 of them. And they're working over the guys on the cap. If you think about the tanks that they invested on the west side, they're all relatively slow other than the Hellcat. And it's probably going to take them a while to get back. So I'm going to rage back over here to the east and see what I can do to help clean up what they have sent there, and then turn back and defend. And we're already down 4. So it's taken a very long time for the 8.8s to get there. One of them actually turns around wisely. He's got a general idea of what needs to happen here. He needs to slow those guys down as they come. Nice fast tank. As I come back, I assess the situation. I count noses on where their tanks can be, and it seems to me there's only 3. I've got a Skoda going up the middle. He should give me some SA on what might be trying to get back. That Cromwell, not a great player, seems to be camping around that building right there for some reason. So I don't see a whole lot of them coming this way, although the SU-122-44 is making his way back. But the Skoda's got their attention. He dies pretty quickly, but the good news is he slowed him down. So whatever I do over here, I've got to do it fast. Right, I find the AT, just a little auto aim action right there. I'm going to go up and over this hill. Get lucky here, he misses, but I made that shot difficult for him by trying to get up and over that hill right there. We'll take him out. We'll pop over. We got 2 more defenders. We need to get rid of these guys as fast as possible. And that goes a little ways towards evening it up. And about now you can see that their faster units have crossed from where I came from, down in the south. And we've got an 8.8 trying to duke it out. Now we've got 2 Yag Tigers sitting on the cap. That's not ideal. I would rather one sit on the cap and one come up and over. We'll see what we can do with these guys. I missed that shot, unfortunately. Yep, I got an 8.8 coming across the middle. And I've got a Tiger on my left to help me. So this is the part where we use these raised berms right here. Got a couple one-shots coming in. We'll see if we can take some of these guys out or at least slow them down. I know I've got that 8.8 coming straight across the middle, so he's going to come up and over momentarily. You can see that we've just got too many guys sitting on the cap right now. If a couple of them, 1 or 2 of them had come up and over, that would have helped out a lot. A 1% Hellcat, that's kind of a pain. And right now I've got the 8.8 coming up behind me. Waited just a little too long to deal with him. Try to make it a little difficult for him to shoot. He's backing up. He knows if I get on this side he's in trouble. But I just keep going because I've got that oh-ho right there. It's going to take that 8.8 a long time to turn around if he decides to come after me, and that's fine because he's not pushing onto the cap. So he's enamored of something else right now, so I'll just come around here and start shooting this guy. He's got a lot of hit points. It takes me a while to whittle him down. 8.8 wants to come my way. See how it just kind of kept him from pushing right into the cap, which could have been very bad for us. I'm just getting around behind and being annoying. You can see the cap is about to come to fruition. And there we go. We capped it out. We've only got 4 tanks left to their a lot more than us. We slowed them down just enough from getting in there and resetting the cap, and we end up winning. So kind of making lemonade out of lemons. I'll head over to the west side, slow them down, get some damage in, get out of there while the getting's good, head back over to the east and do what I can do to clean up their force that pushed in and then slow down the guys that want to get in there and reset. Ended up working out 2.7 damage.